again. I thought I'd show you how easy it is to make a hammock, especially with some pre-made materials. All you need is a tablecloth. These are 100% polyester. They appear to be like a crinkle taffeta, like you see in a lot of common hammocks on the market. And these are from the tableclothfactory.com. Very inexpensive. You're looking at maybe $12 to $20. And the size you're looking for is 60 by 126. So that's roughly the same size. The finished size will be about 10 feet by 5 feet. Comes in a variety of colors. And so that's your basic hammock body. The nice thing about these tablecloths is that they come pre-hemmed all around the edges. So you can create a hammock in just a couple of minutes, and I'm going to show you how. The other material that you need is something to whip the ends. And if you see my other videos, this is a continuous loop. This one is just made out of this is a 7mm rope. I've also got some continuous loops made out of some am steel, which is really nice, a little lighter weight. And that's pretty much it. So tablecloth, 2 continuous loops for the ends, and that's it. Well, let's go to it. Now this tablecloth is just a straight polyester. It doesn't have the crinkle taffeta. It's actually less expensive than the crinkle versions, but it works just the same, and I really like this. So I've got the short end here of the hammock, or excuse me, of the tablecloth, and there's a couple different whipping methods. You can, what I've done here is I've folded it in half. So here's the ends, just fold it in half. And I can bring that middle section back up to the center. And this creates what's called like a W shape. And then I can fold those edges up again. And half it again. Once I've done that, all I need to do is take my continuous loop and wrap it through. Oops. And there you've got a hammock. This is just a basic whipping method. Do that on both sides. So in less than 3 minutes, you've got a hammock. Now here's an alternate way to make a hammock that is also a whipped method. If you can see on the edge of this hammock, I've sewn a very small 1 inch, that's about 2.5 centimeters, channel. So I just folded the edge down and sewed a channel. And with this channel, you can throw a small line, or if you've got some zip ties, you can feed that zip tie through here. And use that zip tie to gather the end. The nice thing about a zip tie is it makes it just a little bit easier to feed through that channel. So that's gathered up. And then again, you take your continuous loop. Maybe this time we'll use the am steel version. And this is just the lark's head. If you want, you could wrap it around a couple of times. This just gets that continuous loop closer to the edge of your hammock, which is nice for a couple of reasons. Also, maybe a little more tight on the end of that hammock. There you go. So those are two different whipping methods. Again, sewing a small channel, you can use a small line, or I like these zip ties to make it nice and easy. And then you've got your continuous loop on both ends. You don't need to use very strong thread. I mean, you can just use regular polyester thread for sewing that channel because it's not load bearing. A final method that you could use to make a hammock that actually has a channel in the end is you'd need to fold the edge over about 3 inches, and you're going to do 3 lines of sew 3 lines to create a channel, and then you could actually feed that loop or the suspension through the channel, and that would be a regular channeled gathered end hammock versus a whipped end like this, so that the suspension actually goes through the channel. But if you sew a channel that you're going to put the suspension through, and that's very common with most parachute hammocks on the market, that thread, you need to have some really durable sewing thread. And I've got an example of that. What I use is this Gutermann thread. You can also use outdoor thread that's really durable. 100% polyester. There's some outdoor thread.